Raw, junk or detritus, destiny of a plastic bag. Epic rock awesome, approaching quintessence. Plastic airbounder grounded, dogs paw at plastic, do they paw, gasifying the town. Oh, gasifying the town, gasifying the town. Now the flag waves plasticity, now the hymns sing to its tune. When I die, formaldehyde or mummified, yes, the latter of lavender, herbs, and hemp. Rather not sausage wrap, plastic body bag encased to fill learning. To go the apples perilous, everything bagged and encased, plastic to patch up holes in the ozone, plastic to collect glacial seepage, wherewithal plastic, withdrawal plastic, and most especially sprawl plastic. The weary ecstasy of plastic binds us into nowhere, no, but very much here and now, encased is the case. In this case, there is nowhere not going. Then something like gone comes quickly through holes. There's more overload of more lessening, yet more, and composed of more, as it were, and we find ourselves as we are, and then again plastic, and then again all this plastic fabricated from the oil clouds in basins thick of coagulants, thicker, thick and thickening in heavy metal basins, bowling over brims. Big machines stir it, startling over and over, more and again. What can be forgotten? Not plastic. They were ordered to be made, as cats sickeningly scream into also already night. Already it's night, for now, for screaming. I'm telling you, there is no telling, virtually no or not telling, as opposed to masses of showing, the showing of the massive jungle gems of plastic, tautologies of plastic, mandatory plastic, filtering plastic through plastic, the alive ones, I reckon. I get down on my hands and knees and obituaries read, need I say it? Noun of the noon, nounless noon, yet hovering over a sunrise like dense tomorrowless dawn. Albeit ambient, crinkling with things inside preserved, quite shrink-wrapped and factual. To state that fruits are covered with pesticide, fruit limb fracture, fecund orchids filled with sugary fruit. Plastic is an ingredient for this birthday cake. Perception falters Michael-like, but not the molecular structure synthetically achieved, suspended over river is time and is fact. If only to ask myself what with what can do, there is nothing on which something might rest. To hear through the great basin of emptiness, where is wearing was wearing me out. I hear you, I heard you, I did in fact hear you. Some would call the negligible needling of stone-sensitive altruism startling, hurtling, hearing him, hearing them, emptiness opening and beckoning. Okay, here's my last poem. Can you endure it? Barely? Okay. Raw impressions. Coming from that juncture, being there as it were, consumed with intention, as what is of it clouds the voice. She is not adverse, but opposed in points of conjecture. They, at a given moment, were to themselves leading in with perfunctory charms, notwithstanding the body's obsessions. You've dissected first and foremost. One night might name them. It is just difficult to dissuade what calls out as impermanence, to know life. Considerable differences, you could study these procedures. My eyes tell me what to believe. No, the mechanism is brighter, deeper, resounding in dust and particular insufficiency, where, when we were alive. Why go down that road? Why really, so it feels this way? Why, when I've only mentioned? She says she feels as if that impulse permeates every cell, except the rock face, the war of mirroring. You are there, and you are alive. It is tempting to say you are still alive, yet it is in death that the body regroups. The blood is part of circulation like mineral air, swaying in detonation. You there, me there, for being alive and noticing. Call upon, some would introduce forest as if philosophically surrounded by networks and roadways. You end up on an embankment with hubcaps and debris from the engine. Always somewhere, always ground butting up against systems. You want to live forever, you are a nihilist. Neurons flood the space and conceive of reality. Coastal fog clings to the neck, intricate web that the eyes cling to and traces riverbeds and hills. The penetrable forest can imagine wastedness. Then again, you could, as if to return communicative touch, difficult to know, tertiary. She took to flight, and unbelieving. But you'd like to dig out the psyche, play the piano inconceivably. The motion in the valley is calm to anticipate. You can. Several have killed. In terms of feeling personally implicated, she offered the body as a site of reconciliation. Compunction, lionize these eyes, are ready or veer toward the wall. Little wager, big wager, water from the deep well, pulling long and hard to lift the bucket, or veer toward hill, little water, dark trickling stream, and it is night again as the bucket plunges downward. How resistance feels an instant, simply the night pointing glistening stars to suggest millennia, reference points like where you live, who birthed you, mama. She gave up searching, she is looking now. She wanted to know how survival could look different. She chose not to engage in the interrogation. Reconciliation at points of the body. A trial was going on elsewhere. The law was said to be patriarchal and male-imposed. Women, remember, were the dark, murky, uninformed, quaking matter. Now women have rights and the law protects them. Nevertheless, quaking matter, river runs through it. You could be gone of the frame and teeming, ugly and thick, tearing something, quaking now and tearing, but by the dark river, and it is night. War continues at night, strife, light, and stealthy in broad daylight. But it is more than song or the deception of the light. And I didn't mean to make a flippant statement about passivity, nor to romanticize night as a state, or emphasize the law. Tropes that one might pass over nonchalantly, simple passageway built into the mountain. I'm afraid that's not the mind. Where the little stream flows back into a pond, glacial boulders protrude around it. It is quiet there, but there is tension like fear. At last it is night, momentarily night, made up of sound and soundlessness. Twigs breaking and the water flowing, vision becomes integral, yet the outside persists. Flow, undertow, soil breeze is breath, and this is richly the night air. So in terms of slumber or sleepwalking, you touch trees, owl, arousal, wide angle and open, engulfed but open, organ, shapes of dramatic body activity, shapes of merging forms, shapes tenuous growing out of the periodic tables, morbid tangles. Breathe away vertebrae, breath as in night. Thank you.